Hey, I hope you're having a great day, and I hope you're staying safe at home. Well, today I want to talk about foods that are high on the satiety index. Yes, there is something called the satiety index. You see, food breaks down and metabolizes in our body at different rates. We recently spoke about thermogenic foods that can actually help you burn more calories, which in turn burn more fat. Because these particular foods, they need more energy to break down, metabolize, assimilate, and absorb. So everything requires energy, and that's calculated in the terms of calories. So if, like, for example, a walk, some people in a 1 hour walk can burn anywhere between 200 to 300 calories, depending on their weight, depending on their height. So calories are our source of energy. So if I need a food, or I eat a food that takes more time to break down because its thermogenic value is higher, I burn more calories to break down that food. And those were about the thermogenic foods that we should be eating on a daily basis. Well, there are also foods which are high on the satiety index. What satiety means is how long it can keep us full. So of course we know the more junk food we have, the more ultra processed food. Why do we say it's bad? Number one, they're empty calories. They don't give us nutrition. Number two, it doesn't fill us up. So we eat something, we eat junk food, and then we're hungry in the next 1 hour or half an hour or even 20 minutes. So that isn't great food for us. They're empty calories. They are overrunning our mitochondria, producing less energy, producing more fatigue, and it's making us eat more and more food. So like I always tell people, junk food may make you feel good for the first 5 to 10 to 15 minutes after you eat it. After that, you have a huge energy slump. So it is very, very low on the satiety index. But there are certain foods which are high on the satiety index, and I'm going to make a list of it right now. So someone would be kind enough to make a note so you can share it in the group. Number one, vegetarian source bean sprouts. Bean sprouts are very, very high on the satiety index. What that means is when you have a portion of bean sprouts, a lot of people do it raw, but sometimes you may have to steam it lightly, because if you have a weak digestive system or you have a weak gut, what's going to happen is you are not going to be able to break down these bean sprouts really well. They're going to produce a lot of gas, a lot of acid. So if you have a really strong gut and a strong digestive system, you can do a small portion of raw sprouts. If not, you want to lightly steam it or lightly cook it. But having bean sprouts can keep you full for a long period of time. And we need to understand, it is so important that we have a diet that has I don't like using the word diet, a nutrition plan that has thermogenic foods and foods which are high on the satiety list. Because what's really bad for us is constant snacking. I know a lot of people say eat every 2 hours. Well, if you're highly diabetic, you have fluctuating blood sugar levels, or you have some disease or ailment that medically requires you to eat every 2 to 3 hours, it's fine. But scientifically, it doesn't make sense to anyone, because you need to understand that any meal takes about 3 to 3.5 hours to 4 hours to digest completely. So you've just finished breakfast, you've not even finished digesting it, and you're snacking. You just finished lunch, you've not even finished digesting it, and you're snacking again. So you keep your digestive system working all the time, which means you're producing more digestive enzymes, more acids. Your digestive system never really gets a break. So we really must go back to, keeping gaps between our meals, not too long and not too short at the same time. So when we eat food, if I eat a great breakfast, I shouldn't be eating for the next 4 hours. If I eat a great lunch, I should not be eating for the next 3.5 to 4 hours. And I can only do that if my meal fills me up. But if I'm eating junk food and simple carbs all the time and white carbs all the time, I'm going to feel hungry all the time. So bean sprouts was number one. Fruits, watermelon is a great food high on the satiety index. We have carrots, we have oranges, we have fish. If you're non-vegetarian and you've ever had 1 or 2 slices of fish, you feel full really quickly. That's why for non-vegetarians, fish are great sources of protein. In your night dinner could just be some vegetables on the side with 1 or 2 portions of fish, and you won't even need a carb, because you're getting your complex carbs from the vegetables and you're getting great protein, and you will feel full. You will not feel hungry. Then for non-vegetarians, again, the chicken breast, that will keep you full for a long period of time. A lot of lean protein keeps us full, because lean protein takes time to break down in the human body, so it keeps us full. It's high on the satiety index. We have apples. For non-vegetarians, again, if you're a meat eater, steaks are great, high on the satiety list. You have oatmeal, porridge. But now there's a big difference. A lot of people having oatmeal have the instant oats. That is trash. Instant oats, the reason why it's called instant is it can cook very quickly, which means it's highly processed. But you get something called oat groats, that's Groats. It would take you 15 to 20 minutes to cook that, sometimes even in a pressure cooker. Now that's the oats that has all the health benefits. That's the oats that will keep your blood sugar levels low, that will keep you full for a long period of time. Instant oats, in my definition, would be junk food. It's bad for you. Most people who have instant oats, within half an hour to an hour, you'll start feeling incredibly hungry. So instant oats is not food. It's trash, it's junk. You want to get oat groats, which takes you time to cook. It's a thick porridge, it's thick oats. Cook it and you would be full for 3 to 4 hours after having it the right way. Now popcorn, this is my favorite because it's low calorie, it's high fiber, it's a great snack. Microwave popcorn is poison for you. Microwave popcorn is trash for you. You want to take popcorn and make it the traditional way. Your moms will teach you how to do that in a simple vessel or a simple pressure cooker. You can make popcorn. This is a great snack and it is high on the satiety list. You can have a bowl of popcorn and be full for the next 3 to 4 hours. Okay, to that popcorn you can add a little bit of, make a mix of a little bit of pink salt, a little bit of turmeric, a little bit of, and you put your own topping on it and you can have that. You can also have ghee roasted popcorn where you roast your popcorn in pure ghee and add a little bit of turmeric, black pepper and pink salt. This is a great food high on the satiety list. It's a great snack for your kids and for you, so that's fine. Half of our country is afraid of potatoes and I don't know why. Everyone thinks potatoes causes diabetes and all of that stuff. Oh, of course, overconsumption of any carbohydrate will cause lots of problems. But boiled potatoes are fantastic for the health and it is high on the satiety list. So if you have a boiled potato with your meal or you have a potato vegetable which is lightly sauteed, you're going to feel full for a long period of time. Potatoes do not cause diabetes. If you're diabetic and you're overdoing it on potatoes, you have more carbs than your protein and fat, obviously your sugar levels are going to fluctuate. But I think potatoes are an extremely healthy food and nutritionists and dietitians across the world use this as part of meals. So please understand that your lifestyle is more important than blaming a food and making it look bad. But when people have potato in their diet, they tend to eat less. They tend to feel full for a longer period of time. And a lot of Indian vegetables are made with potato. But the problem is people only eat that. And they don't eat protein and they don't eat the right amount of fat. Your diet has to be balanced. You eat too much of potato, you will have fluctuating blood sugar levels. But I think boiled potatoes, okay, or you can boil it and saute it in garlic or ginger or a couple of spices. Make it tasty. It must be part of people's daily diet. A lot of people think they'll put on weight with potatoes. Potatoes do not make you fat. They do not make you fat. Overindulgence and poor lifestyle makes you fat. Then we have pulses for vegetarians. All of your pulses, all of your lentils, your rajmas, your chanas, all of these are high on the satiety list, which means it will fill you up. So when you have a balanced meal, I know so many people who make their meals only pasta, like a whole plate of pasta with a sprinkle of vegetables on, and they're hungry in no time. You need to understand that Indians have got it wrong when it comes to pasta. Pasta in Italy is not a main course. Pasta is served in a small portion. And then you have your main course, which is grilled fish or grilled chicken breast or some non-vegetarian protein. But in India, we make pasta our main course, and that's why we have so much of diabetes, so much of weight gain. Please understand that pasta is not a main course. You're supposed to have a little bit of pasta. That is not your main course. So when you have pasta and all of these things, it's not bad. If you do a brown pasta and add a lot of vegetables in it, it can be highly filling for you. If you're non-vegetarian and you add chicken or fish or prawns or shrimp and vegetables to it, you increase the satiety index automatically. But just having this white pasta that you see at all these kids' birthday parties, it's so sad that, it's such an uneducated move to feed children white pasta all the time. It is detrimental to their health. It is detrimental to their growth. So please understand, India, pasta is not a main course. Because Indians like pasta, all restaurants put it as a main course. But it isn't a main course. That is not the way it is traditionally supposed to be eaten. Then we have eggs, the whole egg. When you eat the whole egg, the yellow and the white, it'll keep you full. That's why breakfasts, which have about 2 to 3 eggs, the whole egg, you start off your day with that quality protein and that food which is high in the satiety index. You're not going to be hungry right up till lunchtime. You have cheese as well, but fresh cheese. All of your processed cheeses, absolutely useless. When you have fresh cheese, including paneer, paneer in a way is a fresh cheese. That can keep you full for a long period of time. And then again, fruits, we have grapes. So you see, these are simple foods that exist. They're not expensive foods. They are normal foods that exist, and we should use them so that we can stop all this mindless snacking that we have throughout the day. If your dinner is high carb, you are going to feel hungry 2 hours later, and eating late at night is the worst thing you can do for your sugar levels, your weight, your hormones, your sleep, and everything. So have proper meals, and every meal should not allow you to feel hungry for the next 3.5 to 4 hours. That's when you know you've eaten well. A lot of people think a high-fat diet is high on the satiety index, but that's wrong. A high-fat diet will keep you full, but it's actually low satiety. So basically what you want to do is mix up your proteins, mix up your fats the right way, and you want to keep your carbs complex. If you're able to do this, you will feel full, and you will not have to mindlessly snack. When you actually break down, we hate counting calories, but when you actually break down the calories of people who have 2 snacks a day, 3 snacks a day, and 2 miserly meals, they're actually eating more. They're eating more calories than they should be. So don't be fooled by mindless snacking. Sometimes it's nice, have a handful of nuts, have a few healthy snacks here and there in case you can't keep, that consistency of eating your meals on time. But fill up your meals this way. Now, what are some of the foods which are low on the satiety index that will actually make you feel hungry? All of your ice creams, your pastries, your cakes, your cookies. Yeah, even I'm sad about that because I love all of them. But these will make you more and more hungry. On the list, the lowest on the satiety list at a percentage of 47 is our croissant. You know the French croissants? Ever had one croissant and you never feel full? You feel like having the second and the third? That's because it doesn't fill you up. It makes you more and more hungry. All of your breads make you more and more hungry. So you want to move to sourdough breads, you want to move to multi-grain breads. All of these are the healthier breads. But you eat a slice of white bread, you're going to be extremely hungry. So what you combine your bread with also, so some people take a slice of sourdough bread and they'll add some peanut butter on, you're changing the satiety index. But if you have plain bread and butter, you're going to feel hungry all the time. So everything comes down to balance. You got to put science into your food. A lot of people jump onto fad diets thinking it's going to solve their problems. I don't know a single person in the world yet who a fad diet solved their problem permanently. It may have given them short-term results, but never long-term. That's why before you get onto a diet, number one, ask yourself, is this diet sustainable? If the answer is yes, do it. If it's not, even your results are sustainable. Number two, will I feel happy doing this diet? If not, and you're going to be psychologically deprived, it's the worst diet, it's going to harm you. Have a great day, everyone. Until next time, eat smart, move more, sleep right, and breathe deep.